Here with Liam Coen, year 2, and what a dramatic turnaround that has been well chronicled here in Jacksonville. And so I think this is the point now. You're not going to sneak up on anybody, and I know that there is unfinished business. So when you look into this team, and obviously people are much more comfortable than they were a season ago, what are the areas that you look at and go, okay, here's where we're starting from this year, but here's where we need to improve?
Yeah, I think just from an operations standpoint, from a pre-snap, obviously we had a lot of penalties last year, especially early on in the season. Something that we've been really trying to clean up is not having self-inflicted wounds and beating ourselves. So that's an area in terms of the details, the discipline, the fundamentals and techniques we're really trying to harp on right now, and as well as, man, the run game on offense. We've got to continue to run the football at a high level, get that thing going at the point of attack so we can try to move and play at the line of scrimmage better, and defensively in the secondary. Those are really areas that we're continuing to try to work on. I think they've made big strides, but a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up the run game because that's where I wanted to go. You know, you had the departure of Travis ETN last year and HN now. You know, however you want us to say it. You know, last year was something, this year something different. But one thing I loved about you, obviously I'm biased, how you had our run game going in Tampa. Yeah. A lot of people don't understand that the run game is something you can draw up, and it's about how you block it up. But you can really draw it up and make your run game get going. Is that something that you've obviously thought about, but kind of seen like, okay, we had a guy, we have guys. Yep. Is that something different?
Yeah, you know, the marriage of the run and the pass is so important in this system, so much that I learned from Sean in L.A., and making sure that your play actions, your keepers, your screens all marry with the run game. So you're right, you can formation the run game to hopefully be able to put your players in a position to be successful. Right now, we're still trying to figure out what are our best schemes, right? Are we going to be more of a wide zone, mid zone, duo, gap? You kind of have to figure that out now. And so those runners being a little bit different than TJ was. So we're working through that right now. Pleased with the way that those guys have responded and kind of started camp. And today I thought we had some good runs as well. So something we're really intentionally working on.
Trevor had a career year, and I was talking to Foye recently because he goes against him in practice all the time. And one thing he said that stood out to me, he said that you really challenged him when you came in here. And he said Liam didn't come in and coddle him. What does he mean by that? And how have you seen him be under that kind of coaching take these steps forward?
Well, the cool thing about when I first met Trevor, it was that relationship started with honesty and humility. And he really said, man, these are the areas I really feel like I can improve upon. I want to continue and go. I have not arrived. I mean, these are the conversations he was having with me. And so it allowed us as coaches to challenge him and to coach him hard every single day. And, man, when we'd maybe meet a milestone or an area, and it was like, hey, what's next? Let's keep going. And so it was a work in progress. But the cool thing about Trev is you can coach him hard. You can. And he's going to respect you. He's going to appreciate your feedback and try to do everything that you ask him to do. And so he did. He really started to come on in the second half of the season. And we're really building off that.
Yeah, and I personally don't feel like this team gets enough love. We talk about all these teams in the AFC or just teams in the NFL in general, but not just this team, but this division. Yeah. This division is one of the best in the league. There's a lot of moving parts, and you never been one to duck smoke. You wasn't like that in Tampa. You haven't been like that here, and I had, kind of a love thing for Drew Brees. I trained with him in all season. Clearly one of your best friends is the new head coach in Tennessee. So, I mean, I'm excited to see, how that is going to – are you excited for that?
I am. I think the division is very, very respectable. I mean, you look at the way Indy obviously played throughout last season. You look at Tennessee and how much they've been, successful and consistent over the last few years. It's a physical division now. And especially with Robert coming in Tennessee, we already know what that's going to be about. Right. I mean, they're going to be physical on defense. They're going to be tough. I think Brian Daboll is a heck of a football coach, and I think that offensively they'll keep getting better. They added a ton to that roster this offseason. But we think we have a good team, too, and we think we're tough as well. And so that's the cool thing about this division is I think it's going to be super competitive again.
Hey, I'm Gerald McCoy, and I am sitting here with arguably, we will get to the bottom of this before this is over, arguably the best pass rush tandem in all of football. I'm sitting here with Josh Hines-Allen, the real Josh Allen, and Travon Walker. We're at Jags camp. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
You good, man?
Yeah, how about you?
My boys. So I said arguably. I'm pretty sure y'all are tired of hearing that. So my first question is, what is it with this team, man? Why is nobody giving this team, especially this defense, credit, Josh?
I mean, to the national world, man, we just the same old Jags.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, it is. I hate to say that it is what it is, but until we start winning those games and continue to play how we've been playing last year, man, I mean, dang.
You know,
what it is.
How did it make you feel? And I hate to bring this up. Trevor goes down and scores, puts you guys ahead in the playoff game, and then it's on y'all's back. And Josh Allen goes down and scores again. And now y'all have to go down and score. Did y'all feel away? Because I know when I was playing, I want to end the game with us. Yeah, we take the ball away, get the game back, get the ball back to our offense. What type of bad taste did that leave in y'all's mouth to end the season like that?
Man, for me personally, like I know not just for me personally, for the whole defense, bro. Like we always pride ourselves, even in practice, 2-minute drills, stuff like that. We always trying to get out the field. We want to be the ones to close the game, but like coming off of last season with that right there, that's obviously going to carry over into this season, man. We know what we got to do, but for us, it's really just that consistency, bro. Like we put it out there on tape, we out there on the field doing our thing. We just got to be consistent with it.
And y'all understand, like I understand as a former defensive lineman, rush and coverage have to work together. And y'all know y'all tell that back end the same way I do. Just give us that little half second. If he gets to his second read, that's on us.
Yeah.
You have a guy that's the media has said, and it's been announced that Travis Hunter is going to be primarily on defense. And I know I look back at last year, all the top defenses had that guy in the back end that can travel with a number one and really shut down half the field. Do you guys look forward to having him on defense primarily to give y'all that extra half a second? Because the tandem together with just the time y'all had took this thing from where it was at to up here. But if you add Travis Hunter, now that's completely different what we talking about.
I mean, I think we get on him every day. You know, I think when he comes out to practice and we see him on the defensive side of the ball and you turn the tape on, man, he does what he need to do. You know, when you talking about staying in front of your man, when you talking about changing directions, like he can be put in a weird situation, but it'll make it look so fluent by the way that he just is naturally. So just to be able to see a type of player react to situations like that and just have the ball skills to take any ball in the air and just come down as his own, I mean, it's unbelievable to see. And when you talk about, you know, us as a rushing coverage, you know, we led the league last year with time to throw passes. You know, we were number one defense to quarterbacks getting the ball out as fast as possible. And so when you add that, you know, that you add more talent into the back end, you add us into a second year of a defense where we've had a lot of success last year. And for us as individuals, man, we just got to keep stacking those days. And this rushing coverage is going to become a serious thing when they can't throw the checkdowns. And I think for us, it's just keep doing what we're doing, just keep better every day.
And final question for both of you. You guys won the division. But what does this team have to do to take the next step? Being two of the leaders, not just on defense, but on the team. We talked to Liam, and he said consistency in the operation, consistency on offense and defensively. For both of y'all, what do y'all believe this team has to do to really take that next step to be at the end of the year in L.A.?
Man, personally, just looking back on last season, I'll definitely say when it comes to those games like the L.A. Rams, the games that we lost last year, we got to come in. We got to come out swinging those games. We got to take advantage of those, and those be the ones I feel like the reason we get kind of put on the back burner because early in the season we lose to those teams, and they're playoff contender teams. And like we just got to get to the point of where we just consistently dominating every team that we play, no matter if it's a playoff contender team. But I think that's what's going to take us to that next level once we start just putting it all together and doing that.
And I also think, you know, believing in having trust within the scheme of what we're trying to do and everybody really buying into to what we got going on and not just buying into, like, the coaches or the players, but, you know, offense buying into the defense buying into the offense, having that trust, like, okay, we just put them in a bad situation that, oh, we know they got our back. And just having that confidence, having that swag, playing with, like, man, I know our offense is going to, you know, go down here and score for us. And so we can sit in the sideline, not like if something bad happens, like, man, it's all right, let's go get it back to him, you know, and just being like that all for the, you know, for the whole season. And I think, you know, we're doing a great job on that here in this training camp. I think we're protecting each other, we're being pros, and we just keep stacking good days, and, you know, time will tell.
Well, I tell you what, man. I know who look forward to watching this D-line play. It's me.
Yeah,
I look forward to watching y'all ball, man. I appreciate both of y'all, man. Thank you.
Gerald.